What's up, socials? Happy Thursday. I wanted to do something a little bit special today. I've done this before on SavvySexySocial.com, but in written form. First, I want you to like this video if you like books. They can be any kind of book, fiction, nonfiction, self-help, anything you want. Like this video if you like to read. The reason I ask is because you might remember an article I wrote a while back called 10 Things I Learned from Book Yourself Solid, which is a book I read written by Michael Port. I got a lot of great feedback from that. I like to recommend books on Savvy Sexy Social because I do work with a few authors and writers, and I like to share the literary love. So today I'm going to do another 10 things in video format, which I hope will be more frequent. We'll see what you guys think. Today the book I'm recommending to you is How to Get a Grip by Matthew Kimberley. Before we start learning the 10 things I learned from How to Get a Grip, I'd first like to share a couple things I learned about Matthew Kimberley. The two of us, along with Nick Laborde and Lauren Rains, were on a sponsored road trip this summer. Quite interesting. Which is actually how we came to know each other. First thing you need to know about Matt is he is a great salesman.
In fact, I can't find the page, but in my book, How to Get a Grip.
Shameful. Shameful.
I can't find the page, but in my book, How to Get a Grip, there's a bit in here just about line dancing. You can get a copy of this at thebookdepository.com, and it'll be out on Amazon.com in September.
Second thing, terrible vlogger. I think I see a running girl. Yes, I think she's gonna make it. Turn the camera around on her. It was terrible. Not so good with the video camera, but I have to say, he's a pretty fun sidekick.
And the verdict is?
We're like took her up here, right? That's what we're in a big.
Okay.
Lovely.
Now that you're a little bit more familiar with how I know Matt, let's talk about the book, How to Get a Grip. This book is basically a whole lot of common sense that you already know with a Matthew Kimberley bitch slap. Any area of your life that is lacking and you're trying to figure out how to make better, Matt talks about it in the book. I promise you. Whatever it is, it's in the book. Just be prepared for him to tell you like it is, because he's got the answer and you may or may not like it. All around, a really awesome book if you need a wake-up call. But let's talk about the 10 things I learned from it. Number one, I learned how to give myself permission. I know a lot of you are probably in the same boat as me. If you work for yourself and you're always trying to make sure you make the right decisions, you want to bounce the right answers off someone else, you gotta stop. You just have to make the call yourself. Number two goes hand in hand with number one, being more decisive. If you use common sense and authority, you'll be fine. Just make the freaking decision. Number three, how to create a plan for the short and the long term. When you sit down and write a list of absolutely everything you can think of, Matt helps you break it down, and like, everything is totally feasible. Everything that you want to do is feasible. You just got to know how to get there. It's all baby steps. Kind of like how we talked about yesterday about productivity. Break down that to-do list because you'll ultimately get to your goal. You just got to make it feasible first. Number four, we all need to lower our expectations. It's really easy to get into the frame of mind that if you do something and go above and beyond, that whoever or whatever or the universe owes you something. Stop. Just stop. Because it's not really how it works. The law of attraction will happen, but you just can't expect it. Number five, how to keep important relationships from sinking. Spoiler alert, pick up the phone and call. Number six, surround yourself with people that know and love you, not for what you do during the hours of 9 and 5. You gotta have that work and personal balance in your life, so definitely keep those other people around that are gonna give you that lax time, that you're not always on for your work. Number seven, and this is a direct quote, a luxury is only a luxury if you can afford it. A line to remember for those of us who have a little bit of problems saving money and are instead going out and getting the next best thing. Number eight, identifying words that should no longer be in your vocabulary. And no, Matt's not the type to tell you to stop cursing. I'm not gonna spoil what these words are, but once you remove them from your statements, you're gonna sound more assertive and more decisive, which is not only good for leaving a good impression on other people, it's good for actually believing in yourself when you start speaking this way. Number nine, this might be a controversial one in his book, but you can't actually achieve everything you put your mind to. But isn't that what makes life so interesting? Who said you can't try? And number 10, turning your phone off on the weekends will actually not end the world. I may have learned this from him. I don't know if I'm gonna implement it yet, but he has a great point in the last chapter of this book. So I definitely recommend you read it. Those are the 10 things I learned from How to Get a Grip by Matthew Kimberley. If you'd like to check out the book, the link is in the description. And you can actually see more footage from our fun road trip on my Schmatastic channel on YouTube. And of course, links to that all over the place. Just so you know, the link to the book is obviously an affiliate link, so don't feel bad if you buy it, because you'll also be buying me a latte. You know I need my caffeine. Thanks for tuning in, socials. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace. Like, oh, it's almost Friday, but it's not. But it's not Monday. So what have I accomplished? Productivity is such a pain.